Hello.
Hi, hi, hi.
Hello. Hello, hello. Hey, hello, hello.
Hi, hi.
Hello, hello.
I
Hey,
always put
hello,
that hi,
hello.
hi.
Hello.
Who even sang that
Hello.
song?
Erica Badu.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, how are you not going to know the Queen? Some people are so pressed.
Exactly. Don't attack my good sis here. I am Lish.
And I am D.
This is Allow
Allow
It
It, episode
episode
49.
number
49.
Yes. Tell 'em, girl.
Exactly. Episode number 49.
Yes. Is a year.
Since we started.
Allow it.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday.
I can't believe it's been a year of us doing this.
Same.
It's every day is like pinching. There's
Crazy.
there's everything. Okay, we'll talk about it. Let's just wait.
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we would like to thank everybody
Yes.
for being on this journey with us over the year. The people that were rooting for us, the people that were hating on us.
Yep.
All of you guys, I really, really
We're here for it.
I
because you're all
appreciate it.
still watching
yeah.
and listening. So that's all that matters.
We're here for it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, not another podcast or whatnot, but I'm happy that we
continue to pursue it regardless.
Yes.
They still have that on the timeline saying, get rid of all the podcasts.
yeah.
Get rid of all the podcasts. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Sorry. I mean, I actually like podcasts.
I love
so,
podcasts.
Yeah.
It's just the podcast that people are listening to.
Yeah, I feel like you need to pick
You need to pick and
what-
choose.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people that are easily influenced. And because of that, a lot of parents, a lot of people that are in relationships, a lot of women, they're like, okay, some of these podcasts, they're out of control. You know,
Yeah.
the women bashing ones, the race ones, the race on the fence ones. They get away with it somewhat here and there. So they drop in a little racial comment here and there. And
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
Exactly. And the ones that are like, that are too much, too like that whole hustle, work,
Yeah.
gym, drink this, drink that. This is the best version of you by 2020. I know people need to do better in general, health-wise or like productive-wise and all of those things. But some of that stuff, especially the people that is easily influenced, they're jumping in and out of things.
Of everything, yeah.
They're supposed to be doing.
I don't care about those investment podcasts because I barely have any money to invest. But
I invest in myself.
Yeah, they're really serious about
they're very serious. Yeah,
invest in this.
Yeah, invest
create
in
a
that.
portfolio.
Buy houses.
Yeah.
Get into your crypto trading. The
Yeah,
trading
yeah.
girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Digital marketing.
Yeah.
The digital marketing one is driving me crazy too.
Wow.
I'm just like, I understand people are making money out of it, but I'm just like, I'm tired. All right, we get it. Digital marketing obviously is the best thing. Write a book, do this, do that. I'm like, okay, make a planner, make money from it.
Yeah.
Passive income.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's levels. I think to everything there is levels,
100%,
including podcasts.
Exactly.
Keep watching ours.
Yes, there's levels to allow it. We're reaching those higher levels.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I want to talk about a year and allow it. I guess maybe we should introduce ourselves again. Reintroduce ourselves. Tell them a bit about yourself, girl.
Shall I go first?
Go ahead.
Because I talk too much anyway. I might as well.
You just might as well.
That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah.
My name is Dion. D for the people that know me.
D Money or D Money for the people
or D
that
Money for the people that don't. D Money is kind of stuck over the years and I'm not mad at it. I'm Dion. I have 3 children. I have 3 sons, a set of twins, and a 7-year-old, Camille, Kadeem, Kareem. They're my
Triple
everythings. my cutie patooties. What is it called? My apple to my eyes, my this, my soul, my that.
All of that.
Exactly. They're all of that. My ribs. My sun, my moon, my stars.
My sunshine.
My sunshines. That's what they are. They are my everythings. I am not only a mother, but I'm also a corporate baddie, a corporate babe. If you don't think I'm a baddie, I'm a corporate babe. There'll be people out here who'll be like, don't. You're doing too much.
Baddie where?
Where's the baddie? You are not a baddie.
They're gonna rewind. They're gonna be like, did she say corporate baddie?
Who told her she's a baddie? I'm a corporate babe. I've been a corporate babe for now. I've lost track of how long I've been a corporate babe for.
A very long time.
Yeah, a few years. It's great. It's wonderful. A lot of juggling, so a lot of mothering, a lot of working. I have a best friend called Alicia. We decided to start this podcast, as you just heard a year ago, because we spend so much time on the phone.
Yeah, I think we were talking a lot.
We're talking a lot on the phone,
and I think we needed an outlet.
We needed an outlet. Yeah. We're in the trenches of postpartum. I was. Yeah. Our children are 6 months apart, the youngest ones and the older ones. So we've kind of gone through motherhood, transitioning back into the workplace, transitioning back into different relationships with people after mothering together, which has been a blessing. Because very few people can say that they've got that person who's basically reflects their own life. So to that, I am always truly grateful for you, of course, have placed in my life.
Even though I feel like you were placed in my life, and then because of what you were going through in your life, I inherited those things.
You believe I'm the instigator?
Yes, exactly. I believe that you instigated where my life is right now.
Your life trajectory.
Yes. It's all right. I ain't mad at it, God. It's all right. I receive it.
What can you do?
I receive it.
To be honest, what can you do? No,
but receive it.
Exactly. You can't do anything but receive it. I love art. I love fashion. I love style. I love my family. Very, very. I go hard. I go hard for my people, for my tribe. And by my family, I mean my friends and my actual biological family. I'm a pretty chill girl. I talk a lot. You're going to notice that on here. That's me.
Yeah, that's you. That's
exactly.
You.
Yeah.
That's you.
How about you?
I'm Lish.
Yes.
I am also a corporate baddie.
You're owning it.
I'm owning the baddie. Babe baddie. I have 2 kids. Look at me. Did I forget how many children I have?
Yeah, you had to think about that for a moment.
I have a little girl who we call Princess because she rules the household.
And us.
Yes.
Not just her household.
Yes, exactly. She rules everybody, really. Yeah. That girl, she knows what she wants. And I have a son, a younger son, Liam. So Layla and Liam, yeah. They've shifted my life in many ways that I didn't think they would. But yes, they are, as she said, the apple of my eyes, my ribs.
Yes.
Where all my money in the bank account goes. And as Dion said, we came up with the podcast idea while going through, I guess, towards the tail end of postpartum. And I had already entered back into the work field during that time after maternity leave. And I needed an outlet to speak. And I think when we first started the podcast, we did want to kind of gear a lot towards being a mother, being a working mother, family dynamics and things like that, and but also not taking away from the fact that even if you're a mother, you can also still have your life, still do certain things, still pursue your career, still do the things that you love to do. As she says, she's into fashion and art. Same here, music, travel. And I think as we've gone along in the podcast, we have tapped in on that as well. But yeah, I think we've also tapped in to pop culture and what's going on in our society. We've had heavy conversations about mental health and things like that, but we've also had really fun conversations. And I think it's been a really nice ride. I think it's been a fun ride, and I'm excited
for our future.
Yeah,
really,
for what's to come.
Yeah, as you mentioned, really the main reason for us doing this is that we were talking already, but I feel like we, as sort of like mixed background friendship. I think there were conversations that we were having that were like, oh, actually, it would be nice if maybe we could share this on one platform or another. And our conversation was never, oh, do you think people are going to listen?
Yeah, no.
Our conversation was never how many people are going to listen. Our conversation was always like, let's just put it out there, and whoever does, and whoever doesn't. And we're going to continue as we are.
Yeah.
It's never, our number one is never going to be the numbers. Our number one is never going to be, oh, have people dropped off? Have people come in? Da, da, da. Obviously, our support from the people around us, from the people that have been listening to us from the get-go is, of course, of utmost importance, because it shows that whatever we're saying is somewhat, I don't know, filtering to other people. It's relatable. And people actually genuinely want to listen to us.
I think that's the biggest thing for me too, is being relatable to other people. I think I listen to podcasts as well, as we mentioned earlier, but a lot of the times I think I can't relate to a lot of the people that I'm listening to.
Same.
So, I mean, there's a few that I do, and those are the people that I'm like religiously, I'm like, okay,
of course,
I get this, I can feel this. So, yeah.
And if you're not, what I found is that I didn't find a lot of them that are relatable to me. And because of that, I was like, okay, so let us be the relatable ones. And if there's a few of people who think, okay, this works for us, then great. And then if not, it's just still us talking. Either way, we're still going to do this.
Still talking.
Cameras or no cameras.
We're talking. Still, and Dion likes to talk.
I do like to talk. I'm Zimbabwean. It's part of the culture. We love a good, intelligent, funny, relatable conversation. Our people. So yeah, if you've met a Zimbabwean, you know what I mean. So yeah, I think it's dope that you guys have come on this journey with us and are continuing to come on this journey with us with the months to come. I do have a couple of questions on that note. Did you think that we were going to have an audience, regardless of how small or big or what numbers are? Did you think, oh, okay, cool, people are really actually going to tap in, even the people that are our people?
No, I wasn't too sure, to be honest. Yeah. I didn't go into it really thinking if people were gonna listen in or not. I think also it helped me a lot. It's crazy because I like to talk, but I'm not really a talker. I don't like the whole I'm more of a behind the scenes person. So also it did help me a bit with coming out of my shell. If you meet me in person, I would say I'm quite talkative. Do you think I'm talkative in person?
I think you're talkative about the things that you like.
Yes, exactly.
So, fashion,
I agree.
Art, travel.
Yeah.
If someone is bringing other things to the table, you tap out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. So yeah, I think it's helped me with being more present in conversations and things like that. But I wasn't too sure if we were going to have an audience. Yeah. What about you?
I think I knew we were going to have an audience because of how many people are on your side in the States. So for new viewers, Lish is from
America.
So I knew your people would ride for us.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. So we wouldn't really just be talking to ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't necessarily think that they would actually be strangers, like listening to us.
That we don't know.
That didn't come into play. I wasn't actually so concerned. I have never really been that person to be concerned about what people think of me. Or if people think, oh, I can't believe they did a podcast. That's so uncool.
Yeah.
Or everyone's doing it. That's why they're doing it. You know, those kind of opinions didn't really bother me so much. Because I know people are always going to have opinions regardless. And that's why it's important to just do what you want to do. And not what you think other people want you to do or not do. I was concerned about women things. What am I wearing? What does my skin look like sometimes?
Yeah, of course.
We have ups and downs like any other woman.
Yeah.
So there is days where we don't want to film.
There's been plenty of them.
There's been plenty of days where the house is in disarray. In different aspects, it can be anything. It can be actual physical disarray. The house is a mess. And you have to leave and film. Well, the house is in disarray. Rushing out, finish work, done this. The week has been really heavy, work-wise, emotional-wise, your cycle, so many different things. I had a car accident.
Oh yeah, you did.
When we leaving filming one week, and then we just had to re-up.
Yeah.
We had to be back in exactly the same spot I had the car accident in. Whether we've had an argument with someone, or our kids are acting up, or we just had to come.
Yeah,
this was gonna be our one thing that we were consistent with. And I was adamant that we were consistent with, regardless of how tough it might be. There was days where I was driving here and tears would be streaming down. But when we're in front of the camera, it just it's just like that reality kind of goes away.
I think you're good at that. I'm not sure. I don't think you're there yet. People were able to tell.
Do you think you will ever really get there?
I think I'm getting better now, but definitely in the thick of things, there's I can't hide it.
You can't disassociate.
No, I'm really bad with that. I'm learning more with doing this, but no. If you and it's also too, if you know me, you know that, okay.
Yeah, of course.
If you don't know me, you're just like, okay, that's
she's
just
an uninterested person.
Yeah, basically, that's what she gives.
She's giving very much uninterested.
Yeah.
Giving very much blah. I think it's a
Charlie
blessing.
Brown.
Exactly. I think it's a blessing and a curse, because I think sometimes, I don't know, because it's weird, because I also have this thing of how I see people on platforms like breaking down and crashing out and like showing emotion, and I'm just like, oh, just leave that at home, or don't put a camera on and show that. But I believe, or I think that there's certain percentage of people out there who somewhat want to see that, okay, cool, or to even know that it just happens. That's why I mentioned it. I wouldn't normally mention it, but you guys should know there is days where there's tears,
of course,
either from us or from our kids. There is days where we don't want to do this. There is days where we're bloated, but we're still on here. There's days where our skin is breaking out and we're still on here. There's days where there's nothing to wear, which is trivial, but we're still on here. And there's weeks where we get the utmost terrible feedback. There'll be someone in the comments who says, we hate you, we hate this, we hate your fashion, don't do it.
What are you talking about?
Or like a family member or someone from work mentions something really horrible about the fact that, oh, you're doing a podcast, but blah, 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 blah. They say something mean, but we're still here every week to do it. Consistency is really is what I wanted to pick on with. If you want to do a podcast, if you want to do anything, just stay consistent regardless of the noise outside.
I think that's important.
You have to persevere in a way. Yeah. Exactly. You really have to persevere. Why did we choose Allow It? As a name, that is, of course.
Good question.
Yeah. We were running around so many deep.
Yeah, there were so many like, yeah. I think one day and I think one day we were talking about something, you were like, allow it. And I was like, actually, you're right, allow it.
I think it was important for us to, number one, not make it about what we're feeling at the time.
Yeah.
It was a very heavy time for us. Like I said, it was just, we were in the trenches of postpartum and everything just being a little bit out of whack. And it would have been empty or natural for it to be named something. It would have been
very, that's what it was giving. Yeah, 100%.
It was giving heavy.
Yeah.
It was giving what would the people like as well.
Yeah.
Or what are other people, let's say, that have podcasts that are similar, Black women in their 30s. What do they call their podcast? Yeah. So maybe we should align with that. But in the end, I was like, we're making this way to as difficult it needs to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be this difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just allow it.
Yeah.
And it will just flow. And then that's when you were like, okay, yeah,
allow it.
Let's keep it. Yeah. I wish I had still had the list of the names that we wanted to give it. Oh my gosh,
they were so... There was so what? Like,
I think I had them in my notes. I should have kept them.
Nubian chat, Nubian queens, Lish and D.
We did have D and Lish and D. Yeah. And then there was a Lish and D, unfortunately.
Yeah, there was actually.
Yeah, and they had blown up. They blown up.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
So they have quite a big audience.
They're quite big on TikTok as well.
Oh,
right?
are they big? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we couldn't use that.
We couldn't use Lish and D.
So really that's kind of the reason why we ended up picking it. And how in life, really, if you just don't complicate things and just let it flow, it will just work itself out. Yeah. So that's why we ended up with Allow It. Yeah. Allow it, indeed. So I actually like this little look situation that you got going on.
Oh, my look.
This
right
little
now.
Up and down.
The up and down.
That's what the father of my kids says.
Oh, he says this up and down. Oh, so he says up and down.
Yeah, that up and down looks nice. He cracks me up. He does. What are you wearing this week and why?
It is very cold.
Mm-hmm. It's still brick out there.
Yeah, I have a cashmere blend Uniqlo top.
Cute.
H&M cardigan, just some black cuff trousers, and yeah.
And
that's me.
And your hunting hat.
And my oh yes, I forgot. And my hunter hat. Yeah, the ears go down.
Yeah,
too.
they do. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it looks great on you.
Thank you.
You actually look like, you know, those characters in those old school movies that would be the pilot?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
okay, the
exactly.
First black female pilot.
Yes,
exactly.
That's true.
You're giving very much that.
Thank you.
And I also know that you're in your Uniqlo bag these days.
I am in my Uniqlo bag, yes.
What is you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is you doing if you're not in your Uniqlo bag? Honestly, that brand is really bringing it.
I want to go to Japan, even though I don't like flying. I wish I could.
How many hours is it?
Like 20.
Okay.
Stupid.
Ooh, okay, no.
I wish I could teleport myself to Japan.
What, to Japan?
Yeah. When is teleporting going to be a thing?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a conversation for another episode, but I am curious. Tap into the comments. What's going on with teleporting?
I wouldn't do it though. Because
Why?
I just don't want to end up in somewhere random, like Kazakhstan.
Oh my gosh, imagine like you teleported to the wrong place.
Oh my goodness. Or you end up in like some random city. There was some woman, it was on
then your nose starts bleeding.
Like that. Yeah, of course, exactly. There was some woman who I think moved for work. She was like traveling nurse or something on Threads. And this is so random, guys, sorry. She ends up in a state somewhere in America where I think they've got a name for it, but she ends up in a state where basically they're all like extremely racist.
Oh gosh.
There's an actual name for it or a term for it, but I don't know what it is. And she moved her whole family there without realizing, no research, no nothing. Just they said, okay, we've got a home for you. You can move in straight away. You've got this job. And she didn't realize that's what happened. They moved in. And then within the Monday that they were there, they came back from school, from work or wherever it was. And their whole house was raided. and they had stolen stuff. They had written on the walls, "Go back where you've come from."
Oh my gosh.
You ninjas. There was all sorts written. Their cars were egged. Like within a week, they moved back because they were like, we can't live like this. Yeah. The children were going to school, and of course they were having the worst trouble at school because of that. And I'm just like, imagine just randomly being teleported to somewhere like that. So no, I've got to know where I'm going. Exactly. I've got to be able to see. Yeah, like on the flight, you see the line.
Yeah, maybe teleporting with where you're being teleported. Where you're teleporting to. Yeah.
But yeah, I need to see the line.
Not the line. Yeah, the flight line.
I need to see the flight
path
to say we're over the Atlantic. We're over that. I want to see it. I just don't want to be
you don't want to just
anywhere. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to just be.
What are you wearing today?
I am wearing this blazer.
The green money.
Thanks very much. You see it? That's why I said D money to the
yeah, exactly.
2025. I need to predict it. Yes. Yeah, this year.
Show me the money.
Hey.
Follow.
Follow. I
don't know the words, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This year, Layla money, plenty blessings. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, thanks. It's really like rusticy type thing, like the edges are all thing. Just plain black bodysuits and my usual handy dandy glasses because I do not like eye contact, and I also can't be bothered with makeup these days. I really can't. There is days where I'm like, ooh, but most days I'm just like,
let me do a little something.
Yeah, I can't be bothered. Most days I really can't be bothered. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing this week. And why? Because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And I wanted to wear green.
Why not?
Exactly.
It's cold.
It is cold. It is very, very, very cold.
Stay warm. Stay warm out there, people.
Exactly. What do you think was your favorite episode?
Oh, my favorite episode.
Oh, I think I know mine.
Good question.
I think I know mine. I don't know.
Oh, I would say the one where I look the best in.
Not the one that I look the best
with
in.
Tommy, I feel like I was looking
You were looking your crisps.
I was looking
very crisp.
Yes. I had that
crispiest. Is that
I had the I don't know. The costs rough.
And the people were in the comments. They said, looking tasty, Lish.
Tasty. Yummy. Giving batty vibe.
Do you even remember what we talked about?
No.
You just care about how good you looked. I'm glad things haven't changed.
No, I'm joking. I enjoyed when Valentina was on, actually.
You took that from me.
Really?
That was one of my favorite
enjoyed hearing about
her experiences.
Yeah, her experiences, birth stories, and things like that. Exactly. I thought that was
I think we're in our mother bag in that episode. Yeah. I think it was a great episode. I also enjoyed, I think maybe the episode, maybe a month before or something, we had an episode where we discussed reflecting, because when we started, obviously, like I said, it was very heavy and all of that stuff, and then we were reflecting on what's changed and also in what place we were in at that moment. Looking back type thing, and I really like that episode because it showed our growth. Our growth personally, and of course our growth within the podcast as well, and being more comfortable in front of the screen and all of those and all of that shebang, getting into a routine, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I think that was one of my favorite episodes. Of course, in terms of our guest episodes, I absolutely loved every single one of them.
Of course,
every single one of them. Yeah, the one with Shamim, where we did with that with a brown set.
Yes,
that was really cool. We had so much fun that episode.
That was a good episode.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
So you guys look back at that episode, the one with Tommy.
Yep,
that was top tier episodes.
Very good. Where we talked about in-laws with Afia. Of course,
where we talked about in-laws with Afia.
Yeah, that was...
We had so much fun on that one as well. But yeah, all of our guests kind of brought something different to the table. They were all like supportive of us and, you know, coming to the
especially
table,
early days, right?
Considering.
So we weren't even
established, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we could have just been wasting their time and not continue with the pod. So shout out to you guys for believing in us, actually.
Because
thank you.
Honestly, not a lot of people would take time out of their day.
Yeah.
For instance, like we're not talking about people that are not doing nothing.
They're busy. They're booked and
busy people that still took the time to come and join us. And also to the people that we invited and didn't come, that's your problem. You're not getting invited next year.
Oh, I wouldn't say all of that. People be busy. It's all right.
No,
we will circle back.
I won't. She will. I won't. No, I mean let's say to the people that maybe we thought they might be great for the episodes. Not the people that said, I can't make it. That one, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm saying to the people that like, they said no specifically because they think we haven't made it enough.
Yeah.
Those are the people that I'm like, forget that.
It's all right.
Whatever. It is. It is what it is. Yeah.
Allow it.
Allow it indeed. We don't care.
Yeah.
I don't personally. You might circle back, but I won't.
I'll circle back to the ones that I feel like
you need to reschedule. Exactly. Yeah. The ones that you genuinely want to reschedule. Who do you think, if the possibilities were endless, really, who do you think would be like your perfect or the ultimate guest on Allow It?
Oh my gosh. That's a good question. Kanye West. I'm joking.
He would be sat there next to that pillow, just silent.
I was like, I'm joking. Damn. Oh gosh. I have no idea. I have to think. You go first.
You can think of so many people though.
Yeah, but it has to if I think about my ultimate guest, I'm just like, it has to be like.
And it doesn't have to be like what the people want. Like just you.
It won't be what the people want because I don't know what the people want.
I don't know what the people want.
I'm gonna say Jesus. What?
Yeah, I'm going.
I don't know what the people want.
Jesus is here already. We don't need to invite him.
Exactly. He is here.
Right,
he
already.
is here.
We don't need to invite
Maybe
him.
Rihanna. I think she'll be fun. I'm here for Riri actually.
My issue is that I don't think we'll be able to reel her in.
Oh, you don't think so?
Because eventually it's like, come on now, girl. We really got to stick to the topic. And also, we got to go home.
You think it'll be too long?
You got ASAP and nannies.
You got ASAP and nannies. You know what? Actually, let me go back.
Just really insist.
I watched the Receipts. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the Receipts.
Yeah.
I love their podcast. Tiwa Savage was a guest on there.
Yes.
And actually I would love her as a guest. She's actually funny.
Of course, yeah.
Like really good vibes.
I think so too. I love that episode.
Yeah.
I am a fan of the Receipts, but I don't listen to them often.
Yeah.
But I did listen to the T1 recommended by yourself.
Yes.
And I absolutely loved her as a guest. I think she would be a wonderful guest.
I think so as well.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring like a singer type people. I think Sierra would be a lovely guest because I think she's just really chill and just would bring such good vibes onto the mix. That would be really dope.
She has a perfect voice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kanye just for the vibes.
Not Kanye for the vibes.
Because it would just be sat in
Not even Kanye. I want to invite Bianca.
Which would be
what does she have to say? I want to hear her talk.
Nothing.
I want to hear her talk.
You want to hear Bianca talk?
Yes.
But yeah, like African artists or people that are like famous there in the diaspora, I would most probably say, like you mentioned, Tiwa Savage, the lady. If it was the guys, who would it be? Adekunle Gold for you.
Definitely.
That would be super cool. Adekunle Gold.
Definitely Adekunle.
And then in terms of like anyone here in the UK, is there anyone that you think that
Shout out to Skepta.
Jesus. And we all know why.
Definitely Skepta. I talked about him the first episode, actually. God. Yeah, so it's only right that I invite Skepta.
I'd love to have Edward on. Edward and Uthul. I would want to hear like his history in the fashion industry and how he's made it, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that would be dope. Yeah, so many different people. I think the list would be endless.
Yeah,
really,
exactly.
If you kind of think of it. Yeah, the list would be completely endless. So since we're talking about the podcast and obviously reintroducing ourselves, I thought you said something about we have a little allow it icebreaker.
Oh yes, we do have a little getting to know myself, Lish. Indeed. Coffee or tea?
I don't know. I'm torn. Because I love me a cup of tea before bed. I'm really that old granny now. A cup of tea and biscuits before bed is my bag. But to survive, coffee. So I'll go for coffee.
Coffee.
Because survival is what we need.
Okay. Yeah, so coffee because of survival.
Coffee because of survival.
Okay. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Why?
It's just sweet things are not my bag. I like them, of course, but like survival.
More savory. Of a savory babe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Books or movies?
I know books.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't seem like a movies person.
I know. It's just like literally a waste of 2 hours.
Like what?
Especially the ones these days, they're like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Do you have a book that you recommend to the people out there to read? Maybe the last book that you read?
Viola Davis's autobiography. I loved it. I read that in the hospital while the twins were in there. Okay. That's all I read all day, every day. It's amazing. Oh, wow. She's got a really, really interesting survival story, shall I call it. It's deep, but it also has a lot of, reflect, this is who I've become and who you can become if you overcome. But yeah, that's a really good book.
Cool.
Yeah, she's a dope woman. Love her.
Shout out to Viola Davis.
Of course.
Yeah. Summer or winter?
I don't know. It depends on where I am. If I'm in London...
Girl, you can only pick one. They ain't talking about where you are at globally.
Let's just pick summer because I can work with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sneakers or heels?
Sneakers.
Trainers, whatever.
Trainers.
Sneaker trainer.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I get places quicker. Just simple as that. And they're easier to put on. I've got 3 kids. Come on.
I hear that. Okay, so in terms of style, minimalist or maximalist?
Oh, come on. Have you seen me? No, nothing minimal about me. In every aspect, I must say. So definitely maximalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's it.
All right, I've got a couple for you, which I most probably know the answers to, but I guess the people would like to know.
They want to know.
So, spicy food or mild food?
Definitely mild.
Yeah.
I'm not a spicy babe. I don't like spicy food. I do not understand the concept of people eating food that burns away their taste buds.
Of course, yeah. That's always a weird one. R&B or neo soul?
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
I would say I'm more into my neo soul bag.
Okay, cool.
I'm a neo soul girl. I love to,
Okay, cool.
I love those vibes.
And then discovering new artists or listening to old favorites.
I'm a discovering new artist type of person.
It drives me crazy.
Yes.
Because half the time I've got no clue who's she playing in that car.
I know, right?
I'm just there tapping my finger, but I'm like, damn.
I think there was a meme on social media about that friend that you're in the car with and their playlist is playing
all over the place. I'm just like, we go from there to there. Yes. I'm just like, who the hell is
I
this?
love discovering new artists. I feel like in my past life I should have been an A&R.
Yeah, to be honest, it could be your present life. Life
who
is
knows?
what you make it.
Yeah. I think of like all the people that I listened to back in the day. Even in America when I was on Adele before she was even then all of a sudden it was like psh.
Now she's huge, of course.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I know the answer to this one. That's why I'm chuckling. Music to dance or music to chill?
Music to chill.
Yeah.
100%. I'm a chill girl.
You sure are.
Yeah.
Depends on the situation.
I know. My younger days, definitely music to dance. My dirty wine days. But yeah, now I'm definitely music to chill out,
cool.
vibe out too.
Then, a concert ticket or a fancy restaurant reservation.
Oh, come on now. A fancy restaurant reservation.
Our girl can eat.
I love to eat.
Big back.
I love to eat. If you guys want to show me a good time,
Lish can eat.
Take me out to eat, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lish can eat, boy. And she regrets it every single time.
I know.
Yeah.
But still take me out to eat. I live for a culinary experience.
She continues to tell me for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
Moving forward with Allow It, would really like for you guys to obviously like support us in every way possible. Make sure to continue to subscribe, follow us through this journey.
Yes.
Give us idea of segments and stuff that we can kind of incorporate.
Yeah.
Since we didn't realize we're going to do this for a whole year, and we're now going to continue to do it for many more years to come, we hope.
Shout out to our producer.
Shout out to our producer. That was going to be my next bag. So we have a producer now who has joined the Allow It team. The Allow It team is growing. We're very happy that she is now on board. You guys have met her. It's Shamim.
Yes. Shout out to Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi, for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for helping us on this new journey. And you guys, with your support, of course, we will be able to grow better, bigger.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed, we're going to start incorporating things like our visuals on Spotify.
Yeah.
So it'll be really dope if you can listen and watch as well at the same time. Hoping to improve our quality. Hoping to bring you segments I've mentioned already. But yeah, just growing really in 2025. Tell a friend if you've just met us. I hope you lock in.
Exactly.
I hope we see you again in the next episode.
We're pretty cool.
We are pretty cool, actually. Not only do we look cool, but we are also actually
cool. So tap in.
Tap in indeed. So yeah, thank you being
guys.
Here for another week of Allow It.
We do have an Allow It with the advice.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go for it.
Before we
close up.
Yes. Let's allow it. I was not prepared, so just bear with me.
We're trying to change that in 2025.
Yeah, whatever. Hi, Lish and D.
Hey.
I'm really hoping one of you has advice or has been in a similar situation.
Hope not.
I don't know. Don't think so, but okay. I've been with my fiance for about 1.5 years. He has 2 children from his previous marriage, age 6 and 3. And we're both expecting our first baby together this month. Mm-hmm. We have his kids 50% of the time, and while things are improving, it's been really challenging to navigate. The divorce with his ex-wife was very messy.
Damn.
She cheated and has been difficult ever since. She often uses the kids to get her way emotionally, which makes things even harder. Despite all of this, my fiance does stay calm and amicable because he wants the best for his kids. Mm-hmm. The challenge I'm facing now is how clingy the kids are. I understand they've been through a lot and splitting time between homes can be hard, but they're extremely attached to their father. They cling to him constantly and seek his attention almost exclusively. I've been trying to bond with them, and I do feel like we're slowly getting there, but I often feel like an outsider. Mm-hmm. It's tough because I could see my fiance is getting overwhelmed too. When the kids are with us, we spend the entire day focusing on them, keeping them entertained nonstop. By the time they're finally in bed, my fiance and I have barely had a moment to check in with each other. I guess what I'm wondering, is this normal? Should kids be this dependent at their age? I worry we're not encouraging enough independence and that it might create issues down the line. I'm also scared about how things will shift when the baby arrives. Will my fiance's kids feel sidelined or act out when the attention is no longer 100% on them? And how do I keep my relationship with my fiance strong while balancing all of this? Any thoughts or advice would be appreciated. I feel like I'm doing my best, but sometimes I wonder if I'm getting it all wrong.
Oh, damn. Poor girl. She really in the trenches, boy.
Yeah.
I don't think I have advice, unfortunately. I just have thoughts. There was a lot to unpack there. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm the what is it called? I'm not the people's champ when it comes to the whole
blended
your partner
families.
Blended families. And also I'm not the people's champ when it comes to be like, oh, put your relationship first. Your relationship.
Yeah.
Your partner. I come from a completely different perspective, which is put your children first. I believe you should put your children first in every aspect. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't do that because the children are going to grow up and leave the home and all that is left is you and your partner. But I just believe that time will then become you and your partners. And then you can build a completely different trajectory really for yourselves when the children do go. But at the very beginning, you signed up for it. You made your bed. You knew he had 2 children.
Yeah.
You knew he had the children 50% of the time. And if he was hustling before you with the ex, with the tumultuous divorce, he's going to hustle 10 times more with you in the picture, married, and then with the new child. And with any other future children. If you are not mentally locked in from the very get-go, it's a shame. Girl, those kids should come first all the damn time. They're gonna be obviously times where they manipulate the situation. It's pretty obvious. The ex is bringing different things to the table and this, that, and the other. It's genuinely a free world these days. You can't handle it, skedaddle. And there's times where you can handle it. You might need outside help, outside influence, therapy for yourself, for the children, therapy for your partner, therapy together. Things like bonding experiences, go on holiday together, see how the dynamics outside of the house can be navigated. And somehow things develop, things change for either the better or for the worse. And then as a person, you know what your limits are. You know where you can go, you know what your stop is, and you know your hard no's, and you know your yeses. So just continue that way. But either way, it's a free world. You don't have to put yourself through that situation. It's the choice that you made. But now that the choice has been made, don't then start saying it's the children, it's the ex. It's me and my partner should have this time because you chose someone with children.
With children already,
being in relationships is an active daily choice, and people should always remember that.
I agree with that, in a sense that you're also bringing a child into the relationship as well soon. I don't think it's gonna get any easier.
Nope.
It's definitely gonna
it's just gonna get harder.
It's gonna get harder. So I think now is the time to kind of just buckle down. Their kids, like you said, you mentioned already, it has to be hard for them being divided between the 2 households.
I'm sure it is.
Especially with I guess what they've known is their parents together and them in one house. So and I'm sure their dad is going to be overcompensating for that as well. So I think for you, I think it's okay to just be there in the background, not expect too much, not to push yourself too much, because you're gonna have to need to focus all your energy on yourself and your child that's coming soon. So I think, as Dion said, I think there's gonna be plenty of time for you and your fiance to have your time together. But now, when you're dealing with this dynamic, and then you're also going to be dealing with having a new child coming into the household, I think it's just be selfish about yourself at the moment. Think about yourself, your well-being, your mental health, and everything else could
place. It will fall in place one way or the other. And I think there's also this notion of how people think that you can have it all and blended families should be perfect, and they're seeing all of these like social media versions of blended families and thinking that it's all perfect, but really it's not. And sometimes you can't do it all, and it can't all be perfect. And there will be times where your relationship is thriving with your partner, or there will be times where it's lacking with the children, or the relationship is thriving with the children and it's lacking with your partner. Just know that those are phases, and ride them out if you want to.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, ride them out if you want to. Yeah. On that note.
Yes. I am Lish.
And I am D.
And this is Allow It.
Thanks, guys.